Why do we feel so restless? We have more convenience, more connection, and more freedom than any civilization in history, and yet, paradoxically, we're more anxious, distracted, and disoriented than ever before. We wake up and scroll, we chase approval through screens, we drown in comparisons, and chase things we don't really want, hoping they'll fix a feeling we can't quite name. There's a wordless tension inside us, an ache for clarity, a desire for a way of being that isn't reactive, addicted, or afraid. And perhaps what we're searching for isn't new. It's old, it's ancient, it's Stoic. Born on the painted porch of Athens by Zeno of Citium and refined by thinkers like Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius, Stoicism isn't a dead philosophy. It's a living blueprint for how to endure, act, and thrive in a chaotic world. This isn't about suppressing emotion, it's about mastering it. These 10 Stoic principles won't give you a motivational sugar rush. They will reorder the way you interpret your world, and that's where real transformation begins. 1. Control what you can, accept what you can't. Some things are up to us, and some things are not. Epictetus, you didn't choose your parents, you didn't choose the weather today, you didn't choose that person cutting you off in traffic, but you can choose how you respond. This principle is the backbone of Stoicism, understanding the dichotomy of control. We suffer unnecessarily when we try to control the uncontrollable, other people's opinions, the past, the future, and randomness. And when we do, we give away our power. Imagine trying to steer a boat by yelling at the wind instead of adjusting the sails. The Stoic moves differently. They say, let the wind blow, I'll adjust. In modern terms, this is emotional sovereignty. The more you obsess over what you can't control, the less energy you have for what you can, your thoughts, your effort, your values. What's something you're mentally wrestling with right now? Write down everything you're trying to control, then draw a line through what's not yours to carry. 2. Memento mori. Let death teach you how to live. You act like mortals in all that you fear, and like immortals in all that you desire. Seneca. We waste time as if we have an unlimited supply. We postpone dreams for a someday that may never come. We scroll endlessly, thinking tomorrow will be different. Memento mori means remember that you will die. This is not to depress you, but to sharpen you. The Stoics stared at mortality not to be morbid, but to become urgent, to ask themselves, am I living in alignment with what matters? Steve Jobs once said, remembering that I'll be dead soon is the most important tool I've ever encountered to help me make big choices in life. When we forget death, we waste life. When we remember it, we wake up. Try this. Every morning, whisper to yourself, I may not get this day again. Then ask, how do I want to spend it? 3. Amor fati. Love everything that happens. Amor fati. Latin for love of fate. The idea is radical. It doesn't ask you to tolerate adversity. It invites you to embrace it, love it, even when it hurts. This is one of the hardest Stoic principles and one of the most powerful. It says, don't just accept the breakup, the job loss, the failed project. Use them. Grow through them. Let them shape you. Nietzsche, who borrowed this idea from the Stoics, once said, my formula for greatness in a human being is amor fati, that one wants nothing to be different, not forward, not backward, not in all eternity. Consider Thomas Edison. After his laboratory burned down in 1914, he famously said, thank God all our mistakes were burned up. Now we can start fresh. He didn't curse fate. He aligned with it. Think of something painful from the past year. Now ask, what hidden lesson did this contain? Can you learn to love the fire that forged you? 4. The obstacle is the way. What stands in the way becomes the way. Marcus Aurelius. We think of obstacles as detours, but what if they're the path? Stoicism teaches us that adversity isn't a punishment. It's practice, a gym for the soul. When you face difficulty, whether it's heartbreak, hardship, or failure, you are being asked to build virtue, courage, patience, wisdom, resilience. Every challenge becomes a mirror. Will I react or will I respond? Will I collapse or will I grow? Ryan Holiday turned this idea into a best-selling book, The Obstacle is the Way. But the idea is ancient. Hardship isn't a deviation. It's a divine curriculum. What's your current obstacle? Write down 3 virtues you could develop through it. 5. Practice voluntary discomfort. Set aside a certain number of days, during which you shall be content with the scantiest and cheapest fare, with coarse and rough dress, saying to yourself all the while, "Is this the condition I feared?" Seneca, modern life makes us soft. Everything is optimized for comfort, and yet comfort doesn't build character. The Stoics practice voluntary discomfort to inoculate themselves against hardship. They'd sleep on the floor, fast, walk barefoot, go without luxury, not because they had to, but to prove that they could. Discomfort reveals the strength you forgot you had. Want more discipline? Seek controlled difficulty. Want more peace? Stop depending on convenience. Pick one small discomfort this week. Cold shower, no sugar, digital detox. Do it intentionally. Observe how it changes your mind. 6. Premeditatio malorum. Expect things to go wrong. Stoics practiced a strange habit. Before every day, they imagined what could go wrong. Delays, betrayals, injury, loss, death. Why? Because when you're mentally prepared, you're emotionally unshakable. Modern psychology calls this negative visualization or defensive pessimism. It doesn't make you a cynic, it makes you stable, grounded. Astronauts rehearse emergencies. Athletes visualize worst-case scenarios. So did Marcus Aurelius. When you wake up in the morning, tell yourself, you will meet ingratitude, aggression, deceit. It's not doom thinking, it's armor. Before your day starts, ask, what might go wrong today? Then ask, how can I respond with wisdom and composure? 7. Dichotomy of value. What truly matters? To the Stoics, the only true good is virtue, courage, justice, temperance, and wisdom. Everything else, wealth, fame, pleasure, success. They're preferred indifferent. Nice to have, but not who you are. Our culture reverses this. We celebrate rich fools and famous narcissists. We pursue what glitters, not what grounds us. But the Stoics would ask, is your character intact? Did you live with honor? That's success. What are you chasing right now that might not align with your core values? What would it look like to choose virtue over vanity? 8. Be ruthless with your time. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste much of it. Seneca, time is the one resource you can never get back. But how often do we act like it's unlimited? We say yes to things we hate. We binge-watch 6 hours of TV. We doom scroll. And all the while our real life, the one that could be, is waiting. Seneca warned, you don't own your life if you don't protect your time. Before every action, ask, is this worth trading a piece of my life for? 9. You are the story you tell yourself. Men are disturbed not by things, but by the view they take of them. Epictetus. 2 people lose their job. One says, I'm a failure. The other says, this is a reset. Same event, different story, different life. The Stoics were early pioneers of what modern psychologists call cognitive reframing. The idea that your thoughts, not events, shape your experience. This is not toxic positivity, it's mindful authorship. Pick one negative belief you repeat often. Write it down, then rewrite it, truthfully but constructively. Example, I'm not good enough. I'm learning, and that's enough for now. 10. Live according to nature, the inner compass. If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. Marcus Aurelius. To the Stoics, living according to nature means living with integrity, being fully human, rational, cooperative, humble, courageous. It means rejecting the artificial games of status, gossip, or shallow desire. It means listening to your conscience when the world is loud. This is not about trees and rivers. It's about returning to your essence. What would it mean to live a more natural life, less performative, more aligned? So where do we go from here? These 10 Stoic principles are not rules. They are invitations. You can read them, nod your head, share the video, or you can live them. Start small. This week, choose one principle that resonated with you most. Apply it. Reflect on it. Let it shape how you think, how you react, and how you are. Because you don't need to change everything overnight. You just need to start changing the way you see. You cannot control the world, but you can control the lens through which you view it. And sometimes, that's all it takes to change everything. Which principle are you going to try today? Write it in the comment section below. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. Don't forget to check out our other videos.